everyone. Today, a couple of stories. What is going on across the world? Without any further ado, let me read a few stories. What is going on? US store market wiped out $1 trillion one single day. As we know, all cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum also massively dropped, and the panic is spreading across the world. The scenario is the same. The greed is massive, empty promises, and 95 people will be completely wiped out, and few of them will make money. Next one. Stablecoin provider granted approval from Central Bank of Ireland. Eve Labs, a provider of access to stablecoins, has secured authorization as a crypto asset service provider from the Central Bank of Ireland. The company said that the approval will enable it to expand regulated access to stablecoins for consumers across the European Economic Area. Stablecoins are a type of cryptocurrency that are pegged to a stable asset such as a currency or commodity. As we see, it's a massive push in the Western world to everything what is digital. First crypto, now stablecoins, and all bankers and politicians are trying to convince us that these assets save us and economy will be better off. Russia attacks every district of Kiev. A massive attack on Kiev by Russians military. And also we have news from Sweden. Several injured and dead in bus crash in Stockholm. There is a number of injured and dead people after a bus crash into a bus stop. The cause of the crash is not yet known, so we cannot speculate here, so we need to wait for some confirmation what is going on. It was an accident or any sort of attack. But the biggest story for me is the pressure which is rising on Trump himself and Trump administrations in terms of releasing Jeffrey Epstein's files. And we know that Mr. Trump cannot ignore it. So the question is, what distraction they provide us to cover it? We can start it. So I have the feelings, maybe I'm completely wrong, I don't have any crystal ball, but especially during the weekends, we saw, just the all strikes, all wars happening previously. So the question is, will we see in this weekend any distraction, any massive events that can cover this scandal, what is going on in terms of these files? Sooner or later, we will find out. We see almost every day all this distraction in mainstream media, but not covering internal and domestic issues, and no politicians from any governments looks like wants to look after it. So this is the scenario that they will playing out, and of course we see more this kind of distractions. My question is, what will happen if Fed will start QE and print more money to financial system? Of course, we see inflation rising and oil prices will skyrocketing, especially just in December and at the beginning of next year. What is interesting to me, if I try to talk to people about money, about economy, and ask them how they are protecting themselves, is that people are not willing to learn. It looks like all the time people believe that one day government will step in and help them out. It's astonishing to me, to be honest. And especially when I started my journey to figure it out, what is going on with the economy, what is inflation, what is gold, what is fiat money, it's pretty clear that when we start educate ourselves to learn more, we will be better off. As we know, the education system is not teaching properly, it's not teaching at all, to be honest, about economy. And today I would like to recommend you a brilliant book. It's a book that blowing my mind. This is a book by Adam Ferguson, When Money Dies: The Nightmare of the Weimar Hyperinflation. So from this book we can learn how almost every day, every week, every month, the average German man was worse off, and how 95% of people were losing almost everything. And these people who knew what to do in this time made millions of dollars, made a fortune. So I highly recommend you this book. It's a brilliant book, and I started my journey to learn about economy from this book as well. As 11 years ago, I made the worst financial decision ever. I bought a brand new car and from saloon, and it was disaster. Now I know it, but 11 years ago my economic knowledge was very small. So it also showing that if we invest a time, if you are patient, step by step, little by little, we can do that, and we can prepare a bit better of what is going on and what we will see soon. That's all today. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Take care. God bless.